History students. This is Miss Shaver. Today I wanted to go over some common errors that some students have made in the past on their capstone paper. That way you guys can totally avoid these errors and do a fantastic job when you write your papers. So the first common error that I often see is not including enough commentary in your body paragraphs. All right, so remember, when you completed your outline for me, okay, you essentially told me the evidence that you were going to put in your body paragraphs. However, I didn't have you guys include the commentary that you're going to include or what you're going to say about each quote. So remember, you want to include lots of good commentary in your own words about each of these quotes. All right. I would say if you have a quote that's about 2 or 3 lines long, you'll probably want to have 2 to 3 sentences where you kind of explain why that's significant to your career, what it shows, and why it's important to know that information. Okay. So again, make sure that you go back and include enough commentary in your body paragraphs about your quotes. All right, the second most common error that I see is not citing in-text citations in APA style. So I've included a quote sort of down here so that you guys can see how this should be formatted. So this is just an example from a, if you wanted to be a lawyer. It says one website states, comma, so make sure you have that introduction. Then I've got quotes around what is quoted, okay? So one website states, here is the salary information. And then again, my APA in-text citation is right here. I don't have an author for that site, so I included the first few words of the title, which is the first part of the citation. I include the year of publication and the paragraph number from where I got that information. Notice after this quote, okay, there is no period. The period goes outside the parentheses right here. So make sure if you have a period here that you delete it and put it on this side of the parentheses. Okay, make sure you introduce it and include those APA in-text citations within your body paragraphs. Really, really, really important. All right, the next common error is forgetting to include a references page, title page, or abstract. Remember, your title page is your first page, your abstract is your second page, where you basically summarize what you're going to be speaking about, and then your references page should be the last page in your document. So I'll show you guys really quick how to do a references page. If you have, say you use something from this source, okay, this is the note card assignment example. What you're going to do is you're just simply going to copy and paste this into, this is going to be the last page in your document. You'll title it references, okay? And you're only including the actual ones that you use in your paper. So say this source, I didn't actually use anything in my paper, I wouldn't include it in on my references page. Say I included a really awesome quote from this source, okay, so I would copy and again paste into my works cited page or my references page, same thing. And then say, let's see here, say I included another quote from this website, okay? You need to at least have 3 sources that you actually use. So if you did not include 3 sources, you need to go back and make sure that you do find at least three sources should be included in your paper, okay? After that, what you're going to do, if this is not properly indented, what you'll do is you'll right click it, you'll go to paragraph, you'll make sure that it's hanging, it should be double spaced, and you press OK, and it should automatically format that for you. But that's how you do your references page. And again, you're basically putting this in ABC order. So notice that B is first, N is next, and P is last. Okay, so that's an ABC order. It's also indented correctly, and I have at least 3 sources, and I just title it references. And again, you should have like your title in all caps over here and your page number over here. This will just be your last page of your paper. The last thing on there. All right, let's go back to the common errors. So sometimes students include quotes that are too long. So my advice is to have quotes that are only 3 lines in length. If it's 3 and a half, I'll kind I give you guys a little bit of grace on that, but it shouldn't be longer than three and a half lines in length. If you have a quote that's like 5 lines long, you need to figure out how to shorten that. If you want to take out the first part, that's fine, or the last part, that's fine. If you wanted to take out according to the BLS, okay, what you would do is you can put a space, dot, space, dot, space, dot. That's called an ellipses, okay? In other words, you can take out information in the middle of a quote and just put that space, dot, space, dot, space, and that is fine. That's one way that you can shorten a quotation. But your quotation should not be longer than three and a half lines at the most, okay? I'm going to add something here. Papers are often too short. So this paper should be 750 words in length, okay? What that means is that's excluding your title page. That's also excluding your abstract and your references, okay? So this is just the body of your paper. The body of your paper should be 750 words in length. So, I mean, that means each paragraph should maybe be about 150 words or so, maybe 200 words. But again, just make sure that, you can select your document. You can see kind of what the body of your paper is, but your paper itself should be 750 words in length. So again, that usually when students don't have a long enough paper, it's because they don't have enough commentary in their body paragraphs. Okay, another common error that I see is that thesis statements are often not in one sentence. Remember, it's really your career choice, plus you guys are including information about the salary. So let me put it's education, training, and then you're including information about salary, then you're including information about the job outlook. Those are the 3 things. So again, it's your career choice plus your education, training, salary, job outlook, but it's all in one sentence, okay? One sentence. All right, so another thing that students sometimes miss points on is they include lots of informal language. Here's the thing, guys. And let me go back to your outline. In your conclusion, okay, you have my permission to use I, okay, me. You can use those first person pronouns. You can be a little bit informal in your conclusion because you're talking about why you chose this career, why you find it meaningful, why you're passionate about it. In that paragraph, you can use the first person pronouns and that's fine. Okay? But in the rest of your paper, you really do need to be sort of formal, okay? What that means is you don't want to include I, me, we, our, you, okay? All of those are considered informal language. So I will post a list of informal language, what not to include in your paper, just so that you guys have a good idea of what that list is. But make sure that you are being formal, okay? It's a formal research paper, so you want to include formal language. Another common error that I see is that abstract includes information that is too specific. So make sure that you include, kind of your overall career choice, generalized information about the career, but do not include specific numbers, okay? Specific sort of things that you would have to cite, okay? Your abstract, you're just giving general information. It's 5 sentences long, about 100 words or less, and again, you're just including generalized information. So don't include specific information like exactly what your salary is or exactly what the job outlook is, okay? Make sure that you just include general information. The other common error that I see is not adding enough transitions and sort of further explanation to your body paragraphs. Again, guys, with your outline, okay, I just kind of wanted to see the basic evidence that you're going to include. However, when you are writing your paper, you should include, good topic sentences, right? You should include further explanation about that topic sentence. You should probably have at least 2 sentences before you go into your evidence. So make sure that you're including your words and enough commentary in each one of these paragraphs so that you have the length there, all right? So what I am going to do is I am going to go back and I will add a list of words to avoid when you are writing academic papers. I will put that in this document so you guys can see it. The main errors that I see again are the first person pronouns and the second person pronouns. So I, me, we, our, you, and your. You want to stay away from those when you're writing your paper as much as possible. The last thing that I wanted to do is show you guys your rubric. This is how you are being graded, okay? I will upload this to Teams. I'm not going to go over a whole lot of this, but what I want you guys to notice is that 40% of your grade, and notice out of 10, out of 10, out of 10, out of 10. So 40% of your grade is about using proper APA format. If you do not include APA in-text citations, if you do not include a references page, if you do not include a minimum of 3 research sources, if you do not include an abstract or a title page, those are major points off of your paper, okay? So if you are confused about APA format, please make sure you reach out to me. I would be happy to go through that with you. Your grammar is essentially worth about 15% of your grade, and then the content makes up the other like 45% of your grade, okay? But the biggest portion, again, or one of the biggest portions of your grade is using proper APA format. So please make sure that you reach out to me if you do not understand how to cite an APA style. Send me an email. I can call you. I can walk you through it. But you will not pass this paper if you don't have correct APA format, okay? Just because it's worth so many points. So if you need help, please let me know. I would be happy to walk you through it. APA style, I don't think is too hard once you kind of get the hang of it. You guys did your Beowulf paper in APA style, so hopefully you guys kind of remember some of it from there. I'll be uploading the common errors document. I'll be uploading this research paper rubric. And you guys have all week to write your paper, but I would suggest that you get it done as soon as possible. You're turning it in on Thursday. However, I do give you 1 day of grace, which means you can take the weekend, but I will start taking off late points if it's not uploaded by next Monday at 8 a.m. So please make sure that you get that done. Make sure you avoid those common errors. And again, if you have any questions about APA style, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you. I look forward to reading your capstone paper, guys. Thanks. Have a great week.